Hey guys, and today I'll be going over a preliminary list for Brightest streamer Lilfa. So we've got some new support, it's actually really solid overall, and I just want to kind of give you the list that I've created after a little bit of testing. So the new grade 3 is, Brightest streamer Lilfa, and it has two effects. The first one is continuous in the Vanguard circle, all of your grade 2 or greater rearguards get boost, and all of your other grade 3 units with Lilfa and their card names get plus 20k shield. And then order on the Vanguard circle when the unit attacks. If all of your units are grade 2 or greater, you can count up +1, choose up to 3 of your rearguards and return them to hand, choose up to 2 grade 3 cards from your hand, call each of them to rearguard circle in the same column. So the new Lilfa is a straight upgrade. It actually allows us to do multi-attacks before drive checks, where the original would allow us to do it after we finished our battle. So it was kind of a little bit of a downside. So yeah, that second skill is really great. But the second skill, essentially, continuously giving our grade 2 or greater rearguards boost now, is really great overall, which means I no longer have to use soul. And because it's continuous as well, when you call out new units, they will always continuously get boost. Where with the original Lilfa, when you soul blasted one to give units boost, it'd be for the cards that were on the board at the time. And I do keep in mind it was once per turn too. So once you used it, if you use it at the wrong time, if you caught any other cards in the background after it, we can get the boost ability. But then also giving all your Lilfas 20k shield. That's really strong, because that now means that you can actually run, some of the older Lilfas in the deck too, and they essentially become like big 20k shields. And in some instances, you may want to ride the old Lilfa, just to continuously persona so you have pressure going on, but obviously you won't be doing it all the time. So we'll go with our trigger lineup. So we run the 8 crits, 4 heals, 3 fronts, and then the OT. The reason why I run the fronts, to be honest, was because we're doing big numbers, but making those numbers just that much bigger is really nice. There's a chance I might even maybe change them for draws, but at the moment, it's working fine. It's also really big shield, which is really nice too. So we can kind of be a little bit tankier. We always have like big shields in the hand, which is really nice. And for the OT, you don't necessarily have to run the Lyrical Monastery OT. There's probably other OTs you can probably run, but this is just for testing at the moment. It will most likely change to something else. The grade 1, so we have our PGs, so one being Technitude and 3 of the normal PGs. And then let's go into the meat of the deck. So we're still running the 4 copies of the favorite one, Flirty. Just a really good grade 2. What it does is when your other rearguard is returned to hand by your grade 3 or greater Vanguard's ability, you can counter +1 and put this unit into soul, and then draw a card, and choose up to 1 grade 3 card from your hand and call it to open rearguard circle. This essentially allows us to do 5 attacks, which is really good. It's kind of, you could say, like a Bastion Prime, kind of turn, where you can actually do 5 attacks like Bastion Prime, which is really good. Once you open this, especially if you go first, being able to push the 5 attacks, really big attacks too, is actually crazy. Next, we do have the Almost Late Priviler. So what this card does is, this unit is placed in rearguard circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Lilfa in its card name, choose a grade 2 or less normal unit with Lilfa in its card name from your drop. You may put it into your soul. If you put a card, this unit gets plus 5k until you return. So this card is just really solid. Again, because we do use a little bit of soul when going, further through the list. So having a ways of generating soul is really great, and also even that little increment of 5k definitely helps as well, because you can make some solid magic numbers. Next, for one of the new grade 2s from the set, is the Immersed in Ripples Avnias. So this unit is placed in rearguard circle other than during the battle phase. If you have a Vanguard with Lilfa in its card name, you can soul blast 2 cards of Lilfa in their card names. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater unit card with a different card name from this unit from among them, call the rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. This card is really great because it can actually allow us to have an early game now, if need be, because we can call it like an rearguard circle and then soul blast 2, the top 5, call it grade 3. So essentially we can have a front row full of attackers, which is great. But we can also just chuck it behind our our grade 2 run line, get some draw power, build a board a little bit, and just make some advantage. But yeah, overall this is really great. Essentially it also allows us deck thin, which is really good too, which gives us a higher chance of getting triggers or maybe other key pieces that we're after. Then next we do run 3 copies of the highest streamer Lilfa, again mainly for like its 20k shield, to be honest. But again, there are scenarios where we actually do want to persona ride using the highest streamer Lilfa. As the original Lilfa, just like the ones, the original set ones, they have like the dress up, so essentially you can ride over them or ride between them. The persona rides is really good. So run 3 copies of that. Next we do run, still run 3 Passionate Viability side tree. Originally it was 4 copies in the original build. It's still a really good cast, but I still run out of 3. And what it does is when its unit is placed on a Vanguard circle from hand, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Lilfa in its card name, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of the turn. And if it was placed during your main phase, you can still plus 2 and draw a card. So again, just another way to generate more advantage, which is really great. As we want to kind of keep our hand topped up while also generating a lot of aggression. So just a really good grade 3. One of the new grade 3s we run is the Go-Go Street Courier. So this is from the Festival Booster. It has 1 skill, it's pretty solid, which is when it's placed in Vanguard circle by the ability of your Vanguard with Lilfa or Michu. In its card name, you can still plus 2, counter dodge 1, and it gets plus 5k power until the end of the turn. So, as you probably noticed, if we're using our Lilfa and then our Floaty, that's 2 counter blasts every turn. So, it's not always feasible to do it every single turn. So, we need a form of counter charge just so we can, at least do Lilfa's, ability just to attack at least 4 times. That's why I run the 2 copies of the Go-Go Street Courier. Next, we do have 4 copies of the Decorate Shiny Elves. This card is a card from the Lyrical Set 4, the Trick or Trick Booster. Really strong grade 3. So when it's placed in Vanguard circle from hand, if you have a Vanguard with Lilfa in its card name, you can choose up to 1 grade 2 or greater unit card with a card name from this unit from your hand. Call it to the back of a Vanguard circle and it gets boosted until the end of the turn. If you caught a card, perform one of the following. If it is your main phase, you can draw a card. And if it is your battle phase, this gets plus 10k power to the end of the turn. So again, a very flexible grade 3, as we can either use it to become a bigger beat stick, or we can use it to create more hand advantage. Most of the time we use it for hand advantage, just so we're kind of like replacing what we're calling, which is really great. So we can like build a board much easier. And then lastly, we have 4 copies of Frolic Hopper Fanat. So, order in the Vanguard circle in Guardian circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Lilfa in its card name, this unit gets plus 10,000 power and plus 10k shield. It's also active in the opponent's turn too. And then, order in the Vanguard circle, at the end of battle, this unit attacked while boosted by a grade 2 or greater unit. You can Energy Blast free, choose one of your grade 2 or greater regards and return it to hand. So again, we have now more shield value overall, as Fanat, it's 10k shield in the hand, but it's also a big beat stick. As I said, it does get 10k power as well. It's really strong, but the second effect, which is really great, is essentially being able to use it as a beat stick, and then you get Energy Blast free if you want to after it bursts, to actually bounce this card itself back to hand. So it doesn't specify which unit, it can be any unit. Overall, I do feel like Lilfa definitely got some very strong support. It did fix up, some of the issues that it did have previously, and it got 2 really good support cards as well to complement Lilfa. So overall, the deck feels really strong. It's definitely the support I feel like Lilfa needed, as Lilfa was kind of it was definitely a lot slower. You would have to wait to get to grade 3 to kind of like do like big numbers. But the problem as well is even though you do these big numbers, Lilfa would only kind of like get multi attacks at the end of the battle, which wasn't great. So now with the new Lilfa, being able to generate multi attacks before we drive checks is extremely significant. And yeah. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like while you're down there, why not subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that when we upload another video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.